I know something you don't know.
Like, sweet. Then what?
She's sweet.
You want me to tell the honest truth?
Tell the honest truth. Oh my God, it feels so good to be here.
Kiry wanted to be my friend.
Then what? I just talking to you, girl.
Yeah, I know, but that's so cool. Most of Barbados already know you. How does it feel that most of Barbados already know you?
Surreal.
It feels surreal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so for those who don't know you, the 5 that live under a couple of rocks, can you introduce yourself?
So I'm Kiry. I'm a content creator. I mostly talk about my struggle with ADHD, PCOS, and then I just share my life in general. I also talk about my makeup, and I like to do my hair, so I talk about all of those things online.
I don't want to know about the content creation side yet. I want to know what you were doing before content creation, and then how did you get into being so comfortable talking about your struggles with PCOS and ADHD, because a lot of people don't talk about it, or they talk about it like it's a fad.
Yeah.
But you're living through it every day, and I was watching one of the videos that you did when you were talking about your iron infusion, and I wanted to cry. I was like, what do you have?
So before content creation, I was in facilities management. So
What's that?
I was managing a London head office for a fintech company.
Okay.
So it was good because I got to still be in my creative bag. So I managed the office and all the activities. So like when there was like Easter celebrations and Christmas and stuff, I could get involved in creating a fun atmosphere. So that part of the job I really, really loved. But I started to struggle, and then I actually resigned from my job because I was struggling so much mentally. I didn't feel like I could show up as myself at all.
How did you get to that point of deciding, I don't have anything to go to next, but I'm going to resign?
So I had to speak to my mom first. Because...
Oh, let me just do that. Okay. Like, mommy, I
leave my job, please? So because she's known for a long time, I struggle with my mental health. Like I've had, and I can talk about it freely now. I've had 2 suicide attempts. I've struggled with anxiety. I've struggled with depression. When I went through those 2 episodes of almost committing suicide, I didn't tell anybody until after the fact because I dealt with it on my own. And when I shared that with my inner circle, they were like, "Never do that again. Like we're always here for you." And I know people say they're always there for you, but I didn't know that. You know what I mean? I felt very lonely. I think it's bigger than just anxiety, depression. I think I have ADHD. So
whoa, wait, pause. I've never heard that sentence together. I think it's bigger than anxiety and depression. I think I have ADHD because usually people would think it's the other way around.
February of last year, I got my official diagnosis.
Tested for ADHD and autism because I would like to get tested.
So I was doing it through the NHS. People in my life saw me struggling. They were like, "Nah, we can pay for this privately for you." Like we need to get answers because this is obviously affecting you on a level that you shouldn't have to be dealing with. So I got diagnosed by going privately. I know there's this like norm. So when I know that everybody else is able to do it and I can't do it, it was eating me up, right? It was eating me up. But now that I have my diagnosis, I'm like, it doesn't bother me.
I would love to get diagnosed because my friend was, and then watching her, I was like, maybe I am.
I've diagnosed all of my friends.
You said, no, like, you know that.
You have ADHD, you don't even know it. I literally. And I saw this TikTok the other day, and I sent my friend in England because I diagnosed her with ADHD too.
Oh, Lord.
And she's convinced she has it too, so she's the one to get tested as well. And being on the other side of my depression, and being controlled by my depression and anxiety, because it's still there sometimes, right? But I'm not controlled by it. But being on the other side, it feels so liberating. Like I cannot believe that there was a time where I could not do the things that I love because I was trapped by that.
I know the feeling. I know sometimes when I get back in my sad moments, I'm like, oh shoot, am I slipping back?
But I used to be scared to be sad, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm so scared to be sad. But it's like, no, sadness is a genuine emotion that you could feel.
Say that to the camera one more time. Because sometimes people don't allow you to be sad.
Yeah, like you can be sad. Like as somebody that experiences depression, you get so scared to be sad because you think, oh my God, this is the beginning of an episode. But sometimes it's just sadness. That you can just be sad about something. It's not going to be the beginning of the end. So now I can embrace the sadness.
Do you realize, like, do you easily recognize patterns?
I do.
Because for me, when I realize, okay, again, in my sad, I know that up gonna come soon. But sometimes when I up, do you also fear the down?
When I'm too up, I fear the down. Because I'm just like, oh my God, it feels so good to be here. I'm gonna get taken down right now.
So now that you've transitioned into the content creation and more people are seeing you, how are you balancing with that? How is that happen? How is that feeling for you?
It is so surreal. Having I can say perfect strangers. Having perfect strangers come up to me and be like, oh my God, I love your content. It's so crazy. Because when I started it, it wasn't for anybody but me, right? Even to this day, it's not for anybody but me. But the fact that so many people relate to it and they just love it for so many different reasons. If it's just to have a laugh, or if it's because they're sisters as well, or they have ADHD, or they're Bajans, like they connect to it on different levels. Not everyone is watching me for the same reason, and I just love that.
Okay, so one of the first reasons why I got like a liking to you was something as simple as voice. Because we have an influencer, there's an influencer tone, but you don't have the influencer tone.
No.
And there's one thing that influencers, super this or super that. And there's a certain inflection, but I don't know if it was a choice or it was just second nature.
So when I first started, I'll be honest with you, I did have the voice only because I was based in London, and I felt like in order for these people to understand me, I would have to speak in my London voice, like my voice that I speak in like when I'm at work, and that is I still have my Bajan accent, but I can't even do it now because I'm talking to you. You use a Bajan, right? So I can't do it, but it's like a little bit clearer and it speak a little bit slower. Like it's like that. But then I realized that Bajans were finding me, and I was like, you know what? My people here, so I don't even need to pretend, or not pretend, but I don't even need to water it down. Yeah, I don't need to water it down because my people are finding me. So I can speak in this Bajan accent, and those who understand me understand me. Get it. But then I also do subtitles. Especially if there's a message in there I want people to see, I will do subtitles because I want you to, if you don't understand my accent, you will be able to read it and catch up and see what I'm saying. Okay, so you have a daughter. Yes. And she is old enough to like see mommy do all of these wonderful things. You're able to relate to her. I don't want to say as a friend, but a little bit. You can say as a friend. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I don't mind that. So my sister is very big on telling me, you want to be Kiara's friend, you know, but you shouldn't be she friend, you should mother. Okay, well, I can be she friend and she mother. Like, that's for me. I have no problem being her friend because I grew up not having my mother as a friend, and that's how I ended up pregnant at 16.
That was part 1 of my chat with Kiry P. Make sure to stay tuned for part 2 as we talk a little bit more about her journey with motherhood.
As Kiara tell you this, I thought Kiara was such a nerd. Kiara was such a loser. Like, Kiara.
We get to meet Barnabas, or some of us know him as Barnz, and we actually get to talk to Kiry a little bit about her plans for the future. We can do that, right? And then we can hear Kiry's voice in the background. Who's sweet? Maybe a Fenty Beauty deal? Make sure to stay tuned to Capital Media HD 99.3 for more.